A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a surprising turn of events, Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, has filed a criminal complaint in Sweden against the Nobel Foundation following the awarding of the Peace Prize to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. The complaint, which has garnered significant media attention, accuses the Nobel Foundation of a gross misappropriation of funds and the facilitation of war crimes under Swedish law. The Nobel Committee awarded Machado the prestigious prize for her efforts in promoting democratic rights and advocating for a peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy in Venezuela. However, Assange has raised serious concerns regarding her political affiliations and actions. He specifically cited Machado's support for former U.S. President Donald Trump's aggressive stance against Venezuela's leftist President Nicolas Maduro, arguing that her actions contradict the foundational principles of the Nobel Peace Prize. Assange's complaint highlights the stark contrast between the ideals of the Nobel Prize and the realities of international politics. According to Assange, Machado's backing of Trump's military campaign against Maduro not only undermines the essence of the award, but also poses a risk of diverting the 11 million kronor, $1.18 million, in prize money towards facilitating aggression and war crimes. The complaint was filed with Swedish authorities, including the Swedish Economic Crime Authority, which has stated that it does not have jurisdiction over the matter. Assange has accused 30 officials linked to the Nobel Foundation of transforming an instrument of peace into an instrument of war. This assertion raises significant questions about the ethical implications of awarding a peace prize to a figure closely associated with militaristic policies. The backdrop of this controversy is the ongoing conflict between the U.S. and Venezuela, characterized by the deployment of U.S. naval and air forces in Latin American waters. The situation has escalated, with reports of U.S. military strikes against alleged drug trafficking vessels, resulting in numerous casualties. Assange's complaint argues that Machado's actions are complicit in this violence, positioning her as a supporter of U.S. aggression rather than a champion of peace. In his complaint, Assange refers to the will of Alfred Nobel, the founder of the Nobel Prizes, which stipulates that the Peace Prize should be awarded to individuals who have made significant contributions to fraternity between nations and the promotion of peace. Assange contends that Machado's political stance and her support for U.S. military intervention disqualify her from receiving the award. The Nobel Foundation has yet to respond to Assange's allegations, but the implications of this complaint could reverberate throughout the political landscape. The decision to award the Peace Prize to Machado has already sparked debate and controversy, particularly given her past statements supporting military actions in the context of international relations. As the situation unfolds, the international community watches closely. Assange's legal actions could set a precedent regarding the accountability of organizations like the Nobel Foundation and their role in global politics. The intersection of peace, politics, and power continues to be a contentious issue, and this latest development adds another layer to the complex narrative surrounding the Nobel Peace Prize. Assange's history adds weight to his claims. After years of legal battles and imprisonment, he was released from Britain's Belmarsh prison in 2024 under a plea bargain. His previous experiences with the legal system and advocacy for transparency have positioned him as a controversial figure, yet one who remains committed to challenging perceived injustices within powerful institutions. The Nobel Prize, once a symbol of hope and reconciliation, now finds itself at the center of a fierce debate over its relevance and the criteria for awarding such a prestigious honor. As the world grapples with the implications of Assange's complaint, the question remains: can the Nobel Foundation uphold its founding principles in an increasingly polarized political landscape? The outcome of this legal battle could redefine the narrative of peace and the criteria for those who claim to champion it. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.